It's time for this week's Tour Confidential bonus topic presented by FootJoy, the #1 shoe in golf. Last week, Tiger Woods announced that while his game is progressing, he's not ready to compete at Bay Hill this week. And Josh, this is making me have a few doubts about whether or not we'll see him at the Masters. My question for you, does the Masters even need Tiger at this point?
Well, I've already gone with the Coke and Pepsi analogy. I'll continue on the food train here. I mean, apple pie is better with ice cream, but it's pretty good without it too. And I think that's the case with the Masters. It's going to be a great event, I think, this year. There's a lot of great subplots with McIlroy shooting for the career Grand Slam. You got Spieth, as we've talked about, and Reed playing so well. A lot of hot young players. It's going to be an interesting event. And the tournament is bigger than Tiger, of course. Of course, I'd prefer it if he were there. But if he shows up, I don't think it's going to be, compelling to watch Tiger down the stretch. It's just going to be compelling to watch whether he survives the first two rounds.
As well as Tiger has played at Augusta over the last several years. It's been 10 years since he won there, Alan. Can you believe that?
Yeah, amazing. I know. And listen, does the Masters need Tiger? Of course. CBS wants him there. Golf.com certainly wants him there. But this is nothing new. I mean, he's missed 6 majors since he won the U.S. Open. It's almost become a norm not seeing Tiger at these big events. So, obviously, yeah, we want to see him there. It's always more exciting when he's in the mix down the stretch. He's having a hard time getting himself in the mix. He hasn't broke 70. It's the famous stat. He hasn't broke 70 on the weekend since the 2011 Masters at a major. So even if he is there, the question is, will he even play on Saturday and Sunday? Will he be in the hunt? That's a big, big if, the way he's performed over the last few weeks.
Josh, what to you is the bigger storyline? Is it, will Rory finally achieve the career Grand Slam, or is it, will Tiger actually make the cut and maybe even contend at the Masters this year?
Tiger's always the biggest story in golf, and he will be until he hangs it up permanently. But the McIlroy story is really compelling. I don't think it moves the needle the way Tiger does, but it's going to be a good and exciting event to watch because of that subplot.
And let's not forget about Phil. If he can find his way back into the mix, he's one of those guys that seems to show up, regardless of how he's playing, seems to play well at Augusta. If Phil can get in there, and McIlroy's in there, and Spieth and Reed, like we saw yesterday, I think you won't miss Tiger come Saturday and Sunday. And
just to your point, it seems like we're getting more and more used to creating these alternate storylines and focusing on these other players, because when Tiger's not there, he's not there. But also, when he is there, he tends to not be there because of missing the cut or withdrawing or having drama around injuries and other things.
You tend to miss him more early in the week when you're looking for something to talk about. You're looking for storylines, especially at the Masters or a major where there's the stories start Monday, Tuesday. You're looking for something to write about, something to talk about. Tiger's always a big part of that equation. But come the weekend, it doesn't really matter if he's there at this point. If you've got an exciting finish and some big names coming down the stretch, the tournament's going to be just fine.
We know that Tiger is such a competitor that to miss the Masters would be a huge deal for him. But also, we don't want to see him come to the Masters and play the way that he's been playing over the past several months.
Right. I mean, he's always says, I will not be there unless I think I can win. So I don't think that's necessarily going to change. If Tiger, and certainly if he's chipping like he's been chipping and shows up at Augusta, he's going to struggle to break 90. So I think Tiger's going to need to come a long, long way to get the confidence back to play at Augusta.
Josh, I'm putting you on the spot. If you had to put money down on it, does Tiger play Augusta in 3 weeks' time?
I say he doesn't. And one of the ironies of his situation is he's not going to know if he's back until he's in the heat of competition. Chipping around at the medalist is not the same as chipping around at Augusta, obviously. So he's going to have to test it out under fire, and I don't think he's ready to do that.